Martin Brundle's stunning analysis of Max Verstappen. Check this out.
If Max Verstappen is victorious in this year's Formula One World Championship, he'll be the 5th driver to win 4 consecutive titles, along with Fangio, Schumacher, Vettel and Hamilton. It's mentally and physically supremely difficult to maintain that level of performance. So where does he fit in the pantheon of all-time greats? After a stellar karting career spanning 9 years and, incredibly, just 1 season of junior single-seater racing, Max arrived in Formula One in 2015 at just 17.
Max, what is it like to have your name on a Formula One car?
It looks very good, isn't it? He was born in 97. Yeah. Jeez.
His impressive reputation preceded him, and he made an immediate impact.
The youngest man to score points in Formula One.
We've got a megastar on our hands here. He soon became a regular point scorer and ruffled some feathers with the more established drivers, just as Senna and Schumacher did.
I think he needs to be penalized.
4 consecutive titles? That's a feat reserved for legends. But how does Max's dominance redefine what we expect from greatness in modern Formula One? His consistency in such a competitive era might make him the most versatile champion of all time.
I will not change my driving style.
Hey, come on, this is ridiculous now. He's just turning when I'm going full speed.
At the Spanish Grand Prix in 2016, he was moved up to the Works Red Bull team and sensationally won the race, handling the pressure with ease.
The youngest driver ever to win a Formula One World Championship Grand Prix.
Yes, yes! Unbelievable, Max.
The 2016 Brazilian Grand Prix underlined his spectacular car control, especially in treacherous conditions, passing Rosberg unsighted around the outside of turn 3 and avoiding a huge accident on the pit straight.
Heartbeat went a bit higher there.
How on earth did he do that?
Save of the century. This talent was fully intact 8 years later at the same venue, with perhaps his greatest drive to date.
Absolute masterclass here from Max.
From 17th to victory.
You know what that is? Simply lovely. I tell you that.
He'd relentlessly endured Mercedes drivers winning races and championships, but in 2021, his chance finally came. It was a fierce and occasionally brutal battle with Lewis Hamilton.
Just brake tested me.
Sealed in the final lap of the season.
It's a late lunge by Verstappen, who takes the lead of the race.
As champion, Max said he'd achieved all he'd set out to do as a driver, and from there on, everything would be a bonus. But his competitive spirit hasn't remotely diminished. A strong recovery after a difficult start delivered a 2nd title in 2022. And total dominance in 2023, including 19 victories, quickly put a 3rd title on his CV.
You've broken nearly every record. Congratulations.
His ability to be at one with a car and the confidence in himself and the self-belief is something that, as I say, I think is absolutely standout.
Great champions have an overdrive gear when the opportunity arises, raising their game to a barely believable level of speed, consistency and focus, both in and out of the car. Ayrton Senna had a God-given talent to find extra grip where others simply couldn't or didn't even look. Max has that too. Michael Schumacher and Lewis Hamilton are 2 of the most complete drivers I've ever seen. A professional work ethic for motivating a team when out of the car. Strong at car setup, qualifying, starts, racecraft, all weather conditions and track layouts, driving around problems and maximising the difficult days. Max can do that too.
Senna is trying to go through on the inside, and it's happened immediately. This is amazing.
There's always a but with Senna, and particularly Schumacher, for their sporting tactics.
Oh, out goes Schumacher.
Max's dominance isn't just about speed, it's about precision, adaptability, and an unrelenting drive to win. Whether it's carving through the field from 17th to victory or mastering the wet like no other, he's setting a new gold standard for greatness.
Verstappen easily has the speed, talent, and hindsight to have avoided that, but he chose not to.
This guy is dangerous.
Decades ago, drivers handed their cars over mid-race. and accidents frequently meant death or injury, which generated more respect. Jackie Stewart, another multiple champion, counts 54 friends and rivals killed during his career. They were different, scary and more analogue times, and difficult to compare. Maybe sporting fairness is important to you, or perhaps you prefer your champions with a devil-may-care, win-at-all-costs maverick attitude. One thing's for sure, you can't cherry-pick the bits you like. They come as a winning package and mentality. Max Verstappen has largely annihilated his F1 teammates and, like this season, he can win despite not always having the fastest car, a sure sign of greatness. He's been an integral part of Red Bull achieving a dominant status. He has fearless speed and talent to spare, and a strong head to go with it. If you're having a conversation about the greatest Formula One driver of all time, you simply have to include Max. You'll make your own minds up. For me, it's too early to call him the greatest.
Max Verstappen's journey from being a 17-year-old rookie in Formula One to potentially claiming his fourth consecutive title is nothing short of extraordinary. Very few drivers, even in the history of the sport, have maintained this level of dominance. His rise sparks a question. Is it purely his innate talent and incredible adaptability, or has the era of Red Bull dominance elevated him to this level? Regardless, his presence is reshaping what it means to be a modern F1 champion. The real debate now is whether we're witnessing greatness in the making or the cementing of a legacy that rivals the sport's all-time legends.